Do you want me to, I'll just. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Candice Stillack. I'm a community mental health youth worker from Peers, or Prevention and Early Intervention Recovery Service. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at Gateway Community High today. I will be presenting a brief overview of the impact of tobacco and drug use on our young people, viewed through the lens of attachment theory. As educators, you're at the forefront of supporting adolescents in your classrooms and during breaks. So understanding attachment theory as an underlying cause of tobacco and drug use is key to understanding why a student may be behaving a certain way and providing the effective treatment for support for students facing these challenges. Adolescent tobacco and drug use remains a critical concern in Australia. Though smoking rates have drastically declined over recent decades from 15.4% to 1.6% among 14 to 17-year-olds by 2022-23. The emergence of vaping has slowed progress and poses new challenges. However, there was an increase in the proportion of people aged 14 to 17 who had used an illicit drug in their lifetime, from 13.4% to a staggering 18.8% in 2023. Drug and tobacco use in adolescence can lead to various cancers and diseases later in life. In the immediate context, the prefrontal cortex can be significantly affected. The disruptions of neurotransmitter systems, driven by altered chemical and hormonal structures, lead to impaired cognitive processing, attention deficits, increased reward sensitivity, risky behaviors. It can cause psychological disorders or worsens pre-existing psychological conditions. It can cause family conflict and create social gaps or attract similar risk-taking peers. Attachment theory was developed by John Bowlby and postulates that early emotional bonds with caregivers shape how young people manage stress and form relationships. As you can see on the slide, the constructs on the grid include secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. These attachment styles influence adolescents' vulnerability to substance use and their coping mechanisms. Once a student is able to be assessed for their attachment style, underlying concerns can be addressed. Suitable treatment and prevention of tobacco and drug use could proceed. So what do the constructs mean, and how do they impact the outcomes? Secure students feel confident relying on others, believe they are loved and valued, and can openly express their emotions and develop lifelong well-being, emotional stability, and relationship success. This attachment is a result of a child raised in a warm and nurturing environment, and caregivers are responsive to the child's emotional needs. Anxious students have a strong need for closeness, extreme fear of abandonment or rejection, and overdependence on partners or caregivers due to unpredictable caregiving in early childhood. Avoidant students experience discomfort with emotional closeness. They place a higher value on independence and have difficulty trusting others and relying on them in relationships, often distancing themselves emotionally as a protective strategy against potential rejection or pain. This attachment style is often due to childhood experiences with caregivers who are emotionally unavailable, dismissive, or neglectful. Disorganized attachment style students exhibit contradictory, unpredictable, and confusing behaviors in relationships, where they crave intimacy and connection but also fear it. This attachment style occurs when a child's primary caregiver is both a source of comfort and fear, such as when they are abusive, neglectful, or frightening. Research shows that secure attachment equips young people with higher self-confidence, skills to resist peer pressure, and the ability to manage stress effectively, thereby lowering the risk of substance use. Conversely, insecure attachments such as anxious, avoidant, and disorganized attachment often lead to increased risk of tobacco and drug use as adolescents may use substances to cope with emotional dysregulation and distress, or seeking connection also heightens substance abuse. It is worth mentioning that while students on the neurodiverse spectrum have a higher risk of engaging in tobacco and substance use, they are often misdiagnosed with attachment theory styles due to its development based on neurotypical individuals. To counter this, the neurodivergent attachment theory, which attunes to neurodivergent traits, mannerisms, and complexities, was formulated and should be used to assess neurodiverse students. So what areas can teachers focus on in terms of treatments to help? Building secure relationships is important. As teachers and school staff, you have the power to foster consistent, empathetic, and supportive interactions, serving as a secure base for students. This can help students with insecure attachments develop trust and feel safe to explore personal challenges, including substance use. Your role in this is crucial and can make a significant difference in the lives of your students. Emotional regulation, mentalization skills being taught to support students to understand their own and others' emotions helps them manage distress and reduce reliance on substances as coping mechanisms. Teachers can model and teach these skills through emotional literacy and relational interactions such as skits between students. Inclusive of this would be facilitation of school programs that integrate drug education with social competence. Another treatment or idea around this would be attachment-based family and school interventions. Running programs that involve family therapy, or enhanced school connectedness based on attachment principles have shown promise in reducing substance use and improving well-being. This could take the form of family activity nights at school, information evenings on mental health and substance use challenges, school family camps on the weekend, open classrooms, or student art display nights, etc. Early identification and targeted support for students exhibiting insecure attachment signs through school counseling or referral to family-based therapies are effective. Moreover, school-based programs that combine peer support, skills training, and substance use education have proven to enhance the effectiveness of interventions. Having awareness of students who are more vulnerable to substance use due to learning challenges or no neurodivergence, as they are more likely to be high-risk takers due to high impulsivity and need to want to fit in with their peers, whilst masking their potential insecurities. These students may need additional guidance or friendly check-ins for support. So how can you as teachers focus on these areas? So attending professional development courses on attachment concepts and trauma-informed care, so you're equipped with the skills to recognize attachment behaviors and can respond empathetically to students affected by substance use, is crucial when working with young people. Learning and understanding reporting, for example, child protective services where required, referral processes and suitable treatment consultant services available for recommendation as part of your training is also critical to understand when providing comfort and help to the student and their family, because it is a very complicated and overwhelming process. Having a supervision or debriefing support person to talk to when suspecting a student is at risk of or experiencing substance use, or ask for help by the student, is important for personal and professional purposes. Having time for reflective practice would also be helpful for your mental clarity. And lastly, maintaining professional curiosity. So by recognizing the complex stigmas and challenges faced by students affected by parental drug use or trauma, you should approach students with curiosity and strength-based responses, rather than judgment, fostering empowerment and resilience in your student. So in conclusion, understanding the effect of tobacco and drug use on students and why adolescent substance use occurs helps reveal why some students turn to tobacco and drugs. Applying attachment theory to student behaviors and their risks to tobacco and drugs should be able to assist teachers like yourselves to play an influential role by fostering secure relationships and promoting early intervention, helping reduce risk and support healthier outcomes. Thank you for having me. Any questions?
Good job.
I kept forgetting